Hi, my beautiful Aries peeps. What's going on, everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot, and welcome into your weekly tarot reading for the week of the 20th of November through the 26th. How are you? Hope you guys are doing well. Do want to mention before we get started, if you're interested in a personal reading, you can check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description box below. Without a further ado, though, here, Team Ram Fam, let's see what's up coming on into your week. Hopefully, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. What do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign Aries, Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus coming into the week of the 20th. What's going to be going on here for our lovely Ram fam? Starting out here with the overall energy, we begin here with the Nine of Swords. You could be connecting here possibly with a air sign like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, having a look at the current energy, the Seven of Pentacles, what you're dealing with at this time, Six of Pentacles, and looking at the current outcome, the Four of Swords. So a lot of earth energy, a lot of air energy, could be dealing with either of the sorts, but let's go ahead over here and begin. So we do start out here with the overall energy being the Nine of Swords. Typically what this resonates towards is being in a bit of an anxious state for some people. Could be about feeling a little low vibrational, not feeling like you're in the best space emotionally is what I would say here, to say the least. But I think it has a lot to do with your investments. Looking at the current energy, Seven of Pentacles. Where have you been putting your energy? Where have you been investing it? Have you maybe felt like you've been investing it in the wrong person? Have you felt like you've been investing it in the wrong activities? Whatever that case may be, I do feel like that's coming up into your awareness here moving into this week. It's like, okay, wait a minute. I'm not so happy, but here's what I've been doing that's probably been contributing to that energy of unhappiness or that energy of anxiety. So as you start to become aware of what might be creating this low vibrational field, this is where we can finally take action to prevent taking those steps again, and then take better steps and make better investments. So I see that showing up here for sure so far. Taking a look at what it is you're dealing with, we do have here the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, this is going to be the week about kind of getting yourself back on track, getting yourself rebalanced, re-energized. Looking at the outcome though, Four Swords, it's going to have to call for you to separate yourself from either some unhealthy energy, unhealthy people, bad choices, bad habits, however this ends up applying. So definitely very understandable, but I like first and foremost that this week you're instantaneously becoming aware of what these bad or negative investments have been. You know, like I mentioned, it could be a person, a habit, anything, etc. But as soon as you become aware of something, that is where you can say, okay, not going to do this anymore. I'm going to pull back, and then I'm going to make better investments and changes and choices as I continue to go forward ahead. So far, that's what I'm seeing here for your main situation. Let's have a look and see what's showing up in the challenge. What do we got? Challenge, Four of Cups already. It might be a little hard, though, to ignore whatever these investments are. Can we have some examples of the Seven of Pentacles as to what Aries is invested in on more of a general scale? We have here the Two of Pentacles, we have here the Eight of Swords, and we have here the Knight of Swords as well. I think that whatever this is you're invested in, there isn't much stability to it with the Two of Pentacles. It's very up and down. So this represents to me inconsistency. I also feel here with the Eight of Swords, if you are dealing with something that's inconsistent, it's also creating the energy of making you overthink and wonder why the consistency isn't there. And with the Knight of Swords showing up over here, I feel like something also happened really fast. So this could be representative of a relationship, right? Maybe you got into a connection with somebody, Aries, really quick. Maybe they were super inconsistent with you, and that kind of caused you to overthink, wondering, well, why are they so inconsistent with me? Do they like me? Do they want to be with me really? Or are they playing me? You know, definitely a lot of thoughts are showing up here at this time. So I feel like you've been in your head really quick. And if it's not about a relationship that's manifested super quickly or about anything that's happened fast, I just feel like whatever this is you were invested in never gave you a full sense of comfort. It always kind of gave an inconsistent feeling, an unstable feeling. And I think that contributed a lot to you not feeling the best here as we enter this week of the 20th. So yeah, there's going to be some changes. You're definitely going to be removing yourself from a person, place, or thing at this time. You know, maybe you were doing some sort of habit. Maybe it had some positive benefits, but maybe more negative benefits. And even though this habit could have been like a pleasurable type of thing, you might be saying it's time to kick it to the curb because it's no good for me. Like maybe smoking or something of that nature, you know? I used to smoke a pack a day, you know, from age 16 up until 19, 20. So I had to eventually end up quitting. In terms of quitting, I just went to vaping. For me personally, I believe that's a healthier alternative. Still not probably good for you, but at the end of the day, I figured what's the better, you know, alternative. So whether it's about quitting a bad habit or potentially quitting, you know, connecting with somebody or detaching from somebody just because you feel like they've made a negative impact. This week is all about getting back to recentering yourself here at this time. All right. All right. Let's move these cards over here. And let's go ahead and have a look and see, Aries, what you can expect throughout the rest of your week here, moving into the week of the 20th. So what can Aries peeps expect throughout the rest of their week, please? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What can they expect here at this time? First card out is automatically the Tower. God dang. You are the second fire sign to get the Tower today. We also have here the Wheel of Fortune. We have here the Ace of Cups. And we have here the Ace of Swords coming out as well. So as far as what I'm seeing, what you can expect, I see here with the Tower card, you can expect a change here in your foundation. All right. Now, what I mean by a change in your foundation, this could be about a change in your morality, a change in what you'll tolerate. I think we're more so leaning towards tolerance here. You've been tolerating a situation here that's been impacting you negatively here for quite some time, but you don't have room for that toleration any longer. Therefore, that's the change that you're making in question. You're not going to tolerate a bad investment. Even if there's a little bit of pros to it, if the cons are outweighing the pros, we're just not going to go there. So I think that for many of you, that's the massive change happening. You also have here the Ace of Cups, and you have here the Ace of Swords. I think you're thinking about putting yourself first here, Aries. This is about prioritization. I think many of you are realizing right now that you might have been invested in this bad investment in the first place because you thought that it would bring you some sense of fulfillment. But as you start to note that it didn't bring the fulfillment you were looking for, you are no longer interested. All right. I think that, for example, maybe you thought, okay, getting into some kind of job was going to be healthy for me. It was going to be good for me. Maybe as you stood involved in this job, it turns out that it wasn't positive. It was a bad environment. I was unhappy. So you went into something with the intent here of positive vibes and fulfillment. But when it turns out that that wasn't that, it's time to go ahead, detach, reset, and recognize as well that the fulfillment you might have been seeking isn't 100% outside of you, but it's probably within you too. So I think that to a degree here, something you might be realizing moving into the rest of the week is that I don't need to keep finding fulfillment outside of myself, but I should start searching within. Some of you might be on that timeline here as well. You know, if you were looking for love, maybe it's not the time for me to look for love. I think that it might be the time for me to love myself. That could be some realizations coming into play. What else though can Aries here expect throughout the rest of this week? We have here the Nine of Wands, and we also have here the Page of Wands showing up as well. Yeah, I think that if you felt hesitant to go after some things that interest you and go after some things that are intriguing to you, you're going to start to notice that there's definitely a massive shift, Aries, that's going to happen here this week. You know why I think you didn't go after the things you wanted? Because I feel like it's very much so based off your emotions. You start this week with the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords here represents that you feel a little unhappy, you could feel a little depressed, and when you're in a lower vibrational state, it can be hard to be motivated, excited to do the things you want to do. Now, as you're letting go of this bad investment this week, naturally, your vibration's going from here into more of a neutral space. It may not be at a high vibration, but moving from low vibration to neutrality is a massive, massive leap. So you're going to start to see that your mood is different now because of your vibration shifting, and therefore it does make doing the things you're interested in a lot easier. You do feel more motivated. You do feel more centered. As I mentioned originally when we saw the Six of Pentacles, the main kind of focal point of this week is about getting recentered again, feeling like yourself again, really starting to feel the balance as we shift away from some sort of bad investment. So you'll be feeling like your, normal self is what I want to say here for the most part, I think, Aries. I think that it's going to feel nice because as your mood changes, you start to feel more connected to yourself and connected to everyday life here again. So that'll definitely be something to note here as well. Okay. All right, Ram fam. So far, I like your main situation. I'm not necessarily happy that you start off the week here with the Nine of Swords. And I think the Nine of Swords is more so representative of what you've been feeling leading up to this week. So if you've been dealing with a really rough relationship, a really bad habit, a really rough working environment, it sucked. I won't lie to you. But it's nice now that we get to walk away from it and we get to focus on making the better choices that are going to be healthiest to ourselves. So it's going to be wonderful there in that retrospect. Now, what I'm going to do here for you is I'm going to have a look here at your career, your love life, your personal life, and then we'll hop on into the overall outcome of the read. So let's get on into career for Aries and see what's going on over here, okay? What do we got showing up in regards to career for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout the week here of the 20th, first card out is going to be the Devil. Next card here is going to be the Eight of Pentacles. And then lastly for you, we have here the Six of Swords showing on out as well. So regarding career here for Aries, I do get the sense with the Devil here to the Eight of Pentacles, you know, you feel like you could be working really hard to remain in the same place. Some of you might be feeling that way within your workspace and your career. It's like, why do I feel like I'm going balls to the wall, working as hard as I possibly can, but I don't feel like I'm climbing up, you know, much of a ladder. I don't feel like I'm moving in the direction that I want to be moving into with the Six of Swords. So I do get the sense here, if some of you are starting to feel trapped within your workspace and that there hasn't been much room for growth, no matter how dedicated and how hardworking you've been, that might start to become something that not only irritates you, but something that you're going to sit there and say, yeah, this has to change. What I would recommend though, is I would recommend reaching out to, you know, your bosses, reaching out to the people who can help you excel forward. You know, I would mention, hey, I feel like I have been working incredibly hard. I feel like I have been putting in the work, and I just feel relatively stuck in this energy that I've been in for quite some time and in this space in my career for quite some time. And I would like the opportunity to grow. I would like the opportunity to move forward. And I would ask, would you provide that opportunity for me? You know, if you're dealing with a job that can care less about helping you out, then it may not be the best choice to kind of stick around there. Six of Swords might say, hey, spread your wings, Aries. Go to a career space where they want to see you grow. They want to see you succeed. You know, you don't want to work your butt off for nothing in return. You want to work towards something and build and grow. And I totally understand you. So what I would say is I think reaching out and being vocal about how you feel in terms of being stuck in the same position and not really growing, I would communicate that to your boss. And if you're not seeing differences or changes, but at the same time, you may find that you see other opportunities in other careers, I think that maybe it would be best to go towards those if you are interested in growth and evolution. If you truly feel stagnant and your company isn't doing anything about it, this may be the time here to go in a different direction, okay? All right, moving along here forward though. Let's have a look at love. We're going to start with single Aries first. So let's see what's going on here for the single Ram fam. Coming on into the week of the 20th. What's happening here for single Aries? First card out's a Queen of Pentacles. Excuse my speech today, guys. Next card is going to be the King of Pentacles. And lastly, we have here a Five of Wands. So for the single Aries peeps, Queen of Pents, King of Pents, kind of feels to me already you're very comfortable kind of just remaining single. Five of Wands here says, in terms of love, you might be resistant to it at this time. I think that there could still be frustrations you're working out from previous connections with people, whether you were in a full-blown relationship or whether you were kind of just connecting with somebody, getting to know them. You seem frustrated with your last experience. And I think that for you, it's like, before I open myself up again, I need to kind of, you know, take a chance to process the things I've been through, kind of release everything emotionally before I get back out there. So I think that single Aries this week aren't really interested in looking for love or anything like that. I think that with the King of Pentacles here to the Queen of Pents, you're focusing on your priorities, your needs. Definitely money, I think, is a major thing for some of you. King of Pentacles here could be about focusing on just getting money right now versus really investing in love. Being single, I can save more, I can make more, I can put more to the side. I could be a little bit more selfish with my money. So I think you're trying to do that, and selfish in a positive way. That was not anything negative targeted at anybody. I think sometimes it's good to be selfish, and if you can, enjoy yourself. So this is the time here, Aries, where it's like, I need to step back from the whole love space. Let me put my focus and my energy on the other areas of my life that I have, you know? And that's totally understandable and respectable. So live your best life. I love that. Jumping on into coupled Aries, what do we got going on for you guys this week? How's the relationship looking here for the couples? We had the Ace of Wands already come out. We also have here the 10 of Wands showing up as well. And lastly, we have here the World. I love this. Clearing coming on in here for the couples. 10 of Wands showing up here in the center is representative of the fact that there's been quite some mountains to climb in your relationship. There's been quite some burdens here, Aries, where you and your partner have gone through a lot. I think that there could have been a lot weighing in on the two of you, and I don't feel like all of it was just about your actual relationship. This could be about external problems that weighed in and factored in on your relationship as well, external problems that put weight and pressure on the relationship here. But I do feel like with the Ace of Wands, there is going to be a starting new option showing up here this week, where you and your person are ready here to kind of clear the air. You're ready here to like no longer allow these burdens to affect the both of you. I'm hearing a team. I'm hearing getting back on the same page. It's about clearing out right now the differences and the resistance that showed up in the relationship. And it's about saying we're a partnership. We need to be a team. We need to work together. No matter what may be burdening us here at this time, if we work together, we can make it through. So, maybe 10 of Wands is representing some financial stress. That's one of the biggest things that can weigh really heavy on romantic partnerships. And that is something I would identify as external. So it's not necessarily within your relationship, but it's something outside that can affect it. If you've been dealing with that kind of stuff, it's like, hey, let's not turn against each other, but let's work together, right? You could be seeing a difference there too. So no matter what may be happening for you guys, I think that no matter how tough it's been, it's a gentle reminder that we're a team, right? It takes two to tango. It takes two to function this relationship. Let's clear out right now all the negative vibes, and let's get to work here and work on the stuff that could be dragging us down, and let's lift each other up here together, right? So it's about becoming a team again, and it's a good thing. And I think overall, both of you are probably just overwhelmed. It happens. People get overwhelmed. People get freaked out. And you're recentering yourself here together and saying, we can do this together so long as we both put the work in. Okay? So I love that. Yeah, every now and then we all get a little freaked out and we all can feel a little anxious and push away from the people we love and care about. But when we're willing to work with them, we can make it work, It just takes the effort from both of you. And I see that showing up here for sure. Okay? All right, Aries, moving on forward. Let's see what's going on with you a little bit more on a personal level. So what's going to be going on here for Aries personally? Showing up here in the week of the 20th. What do we got? First card out is going to be the Hangman. The following here is going to be the Four of Pentacles. And lastly, Four of Wands coming out here for you. Really, really cool. In terms of what's going on personally, Hangman card here, Four of Pentacles here. I think that you're done holding on to something very specific here. And the moment you stop holding on to something, guys, the moment you let go is the moment where you feel so much better with the Four of Wands. I think that you might have thought holding on to something would be what would open up the doors for you, but actually letting go is what opens up so much more doorways. Now, this portion of the reading always relates back to the main situation. So in the main situation, we talked about how you've made a bad investment. And I think to a degree, you made that investment not because you thought it was bad, but because you thought that it would become something positive. It would open up the doors in your life to something good. I think anytime people get in a relationship with somebody, they get into that relationship because they believe something good will come from it. Anytime you get into a habit, sometimes you might think that this habit's a positive thing for me, right? You get into a job. This is going to be great. It's going to open up doors, It may not always work out the way that it needs to. And sometimes you may realize, oh, that was a bad investment. It's okay. But letting go of it now is what's going to open up those doorways for you rather than holding on to that investment just for the sake of having it, right? That's like, it's better to be single than to be in a bad relationship just for the sake of having a relationship because the love there is not going to be genuine. So it'd be better off to be single, love yourself, and then find somebody who really will love you because you'll open up the doorway to new love by being single rather than being invested, So definitely take that in mind and keep that in mind. But I think that right now you're recognizing, the doorway right now to open up new opportunities in my life is going to be more reliant on letting go rather than making investments that aren't really going in the direction I'd like them to. Okay. All right, Team Ram Fam, we're hopping on into your overall outcome. So let's see what's up. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus throughout November 20th through the 26th. And what do we got? We got here the Sun. Yes, dude, I love it for you. Really, really happy to see this, man. So Sun card showing up for the outcome. You are finally at a place where you've went from this Nine of Swords in the beginning of the week, starting the week. Oh man, I'm stressed. Little low vibrational, not feeling at my best, coming to the end of this week, feeling so fantastic. I'm showing you the back of the card. Feeling so fantastic, Aries, with this Sun card. Everything definitely changed here this week. So you're going to notice a massive shift. You're going to go from low vibration to neutral vibration to high vibration is where you end off this week here with the Sun card. I love it for you guys. I really do. Guys, I think it's an awesome reading, and I think it's an awesome week ahead for you. So with that being said here, Team Aries, thank you guys for coming out and spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed your reading here. Of course, if you did, smash that like button. button. Would really appreciate it. And of course, if you're new here too, definitely consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to have you and welcome you here into the Soul family. If you're interested, once again, everybody, in a personal read, that'll be the first link in the description below to my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. I'll be happy to book you. But Aries, do enjoy your week. Take care, everybody, and I will catch you all in the next one. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.